Tenat Arts and Culture jong kesurkar jela Mikhalia ni kesngi ke kat pratarik no pra arjar arpsau kelap ken mau buram bat rakhe kerpang ya kelengku sngiap ke ba prapusau jong umelung sosotam ha ke ba yagane ke program lapenlong ha sosotam auditorium Shillong ha gane kesngi la yoro ban sami ki kusnam se ke nong thokon jong ke jela Mikhalia ulat ke jela UCH Vijaya Shankar Habakren hagani kesngi ulaong ba usoso tham umdeisu tang unong tho poetry lani unong tho kot ubatbet hanrei udeiru ubalano senyang sibun ha ke imlang kasalang kumjuru ulaong ba lesi usoso tham udei uta unong hikai ubatbet ulaban rap da ka baong ba usoso tham ulabu yaki ki babha na ka benta ka jaj ben riu kumta ka jaj ben riu ka dei ban kenmau kerpang ya uni ukrau perkhat na ka jaj ben riu jong ke jela Mikhalia. Ula banjur bat kenturu ya ke sorkar langba ketenat arts and culture bagi dai ben penek pensa ya katok katar jong ke ketin kasi bat garu na ke benta kalawe ke ban sawan.
Kami Kibiwai Secondary School. Second category is poetry recitation competition. The first prize goes to Punchaibin Wanju from Sacred Heart Girls Higher Secondary School. Second prize goes to Ivana Laliti Hood Lindo from Elementary Secondary School. Girls Higher Secondary School. Come on, let's sit up, run. First prize goes to Sumit Das and Wanga Lama from Gurkha Pachala Higher Secondary School. Second prize goes to Darnell Lee Shabrock and Yakitir Fakme from St. Gabriel Higher Secondary School. Darnell Datman Muksor and Sanida Emi Pakma from St. Mary's Higher Secondary School. And Sanida Emi Pakma from St. Mary's Higher Secondary School. We are going to the prize winner, Bristol Daniel Carmichael from Royal School Bethany Society. Again, winners. We're moving to the painting competition junior category. The first prize winner. One more time, the State Literary Award 2014 for the book Kanok Kanikai Ayuka Bhashi. For the next awardee, may I call on stage?
With today's commemoration of the 54th death anniversary of our poet laureate Ususu Khan. We have just heard Bakshur Manik's lecture on a day like today should reignite the spark that Ususu Khan's writings and books were all about. And I'm sure that looking back and revisiting his works would be an incredible journey of discovery. For here in our midst, we have a towering personality whose works, whose vision has ensured that what started off with the Welsh mission giving us the Romance script continued to flourish under scholars and poets like Ususu Khan to ensure that our ancient civilization continues to be a beacon of light and hope in today's generation. Of Meghalaya and especially the Khasi Hills as a cradle of civilization, I think it would be interesting for us to recall that these hills of ours have not only brought out the poetry that was inborn and hidden in our own legends like Usosotam, but that the hills have also inspired writers like the Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, whose 3 books were penned here in Shillong. We also had somebody of the dimension of Neeraj Chaudhary, whose work, An Autobiography of an Unknown Indian, contained an entire chapter which delved on his childhood experiences at Upper Shillong. And of course, Shillong also happened to be the birthplace of the Booker Prize winner, Arundhati Roy. The point I'd like to make here is that Shillong and the cradle of civilization, Sohra, have not only inspired writers from within our own community, but also writers of the stature of Tagore and Neeraj Chaudhary. Even our resolve to ensure that there is a balance between our growth, our economic growth as a society, and our roots as a community that is deeply rooted in the soil of these hills. When I heard Bashdur referring to Susutham's prophetic poetry, I immediately recall his lines, which he penned somewhere between 1934 to 1936. We live in a different era. What shall we do for our land's sake? That was 1934 to 1936. And prophetically, in 1961, John F. Kennedy said something similar. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. To me, it's something beyond the natural, something beyond what is ordinary, that the vision of a poet in the backwaters of India's remote northeast had written words that were later on repeated by Kennedy 3 decades later. So I think it is only befitting that we not only celebrate the life of Usosotam, but as was rightly put forward by our Principal Secretary, we also need to ensure that we widen this appeal to suit today's generation of youths, most of whom are so out of touch with our roots. For what is a community without its roots? We have the past which sowed our roots to the future that will bear fruits for what we have sown. The other aspect I'd like to touch upon is the fact that the life of Ususuthan reminds us of what Shelley said in the defense of poetry, that poets are the unacknowledged legislators of mankind. Poets are the unacknowledged legislators of mankind. It is a saying, it is a thought that should echo with today's world, where we see that the arts are being pushed to the corner. There's a huge surge of the digital wave, and the limited attention span that people have because of the almost toxic nature of technology. All of these, when we sit in the auditorium this morning, I think we should wonder about how do we reconnect with our roots? How do we ensure that the great and elevated thoughts of our poets, of our writers, of our scholars should continue to thrive in the digital age?
To address you today, as we gathered here to commemorate the 84th death anniversary, I think one small correction can be made here. Instead of 84th death anniversary, if at all you call it as a birth anniversary, I think it will be more meaningful. Instead of you mention death, let you think of it better, mention it birth anniversary. That date, better pick it up, and I think if at all you carry that message, I think it will be more good. Instead of death, we treat it as birth. His birth is more important. His birth carries more messages. Such personalities again and again is supposed to take birth here. This is an asset of the society. This is an asset of the nation. And second thing, as Mr. Honorable Minister, Mr. Lingo is here, and one more request to you people. You better introduce a lesson of Sosotam from 5th to 7th. You talk to Education Department, his commitment, his dedication, his contribution to the society. You should come in the form of lesson. Our children should study about it. So either it is 5th class or 6th or 7th. Even high school also. And if at all I wish to, anybody go for PhD in that way. Because after hearing here some of the lectures related to Sosotam, more than he is a poet, I think he is a great philosopher. He is a great philosopher. He is a great thinker. We come and go here, but whatever we contribute to the society, that remains forever. Even after his death, after 84 years, we remember Sosotam, not only because he is a poet, because of his individual personality, how he lived in the society, and what ultimately he given back to the society. That is more important rather than any other thing. So in that way, once in a year is okay. We have to recall. This is more, it has got its own value. I do not say no to it. But more than that, what else can be done in the name of Sosotam for coming generation? We have to involve them with his thoughts, with his ideas. In that way, what else can we think? It is my great honor to address you today as we gather to commemorate the 84th death anniversary of Yo Soso Thong, the beloved poet, literate of Khasi literature. This occasion reminds us of the extraordinary legacy he left behind. What legacy he left behind? That he should not to the coming generation. Of course, some of them, they have been participated, painting and essay writing. Only a few of the students have been participated. But it should reach to each and every student community. In that way, seriously, I think we have to think of it. Left behind a legacy that continues to inspire present generation. In what way he is a great to we people? In what way we can think he is a great philosopher? In what way we can call him as a great poet? That all in the overall personality of Sosotam should be known to the entire coming generation of this entire Meghalaya. You seriously think of it and plan for it. You take some of the senior personalities who are available here and you constitute a small committee, ask them to give a report within 30 days, how we can tackle this issue and can be introduced at what level. Through his brilliance and creativity, Yo Soso Thong gifted us timeless classic like the Golden Harp, and one more is the olden days of you, honey trip. This was not only enriched Khasi literature, but also elevated the Khasi language to a place of pride and recognition. In the realm of poetry, Yo Soso Thong shines as the brightest star, and Khasi literature owes much of its glory to his monumental contribution. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Department of Art and Culture, including Mr. Honorable Minister, Department of Art and Culture, for their dedication in preserving this rich heritage. Their effort to honor authors with the State Literacy Award are truly commendable. This award not only celebrates excellence in Khasi and Garo literature, but also motivates writers to continue enriching our culture also. As we reflect on Yo Soso Thong's remarkable contribution, let us also celebrate today's awardees whose work carries forward the spirit of literacy excellence. Let us reaffirm our commitment to promoting, preserving and sustaining the beauty of Khasi and Garo language for the future generation. And where who are able to win the award here and who have been participated in this essay writing and painting and some of the other. I congratulate all of them.